guys and gals? Never here from Drake Wayne Gaming, and some of you may on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you into the Let's Play episode of Santa Lucia, Nate's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming Not Safe for Work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Even if we're new students, it's only right that we show respect for those who have passed. And that's what freshman seminar is trying to teach us, right? How to be better, more worldly people. It's mostly about study skills and coursework prep. But I'm thrilled to hear you absorbing the social material, Karina. Thanks, Chris. I feel so much more attuned to what my role in the world is. Ugh. With a gruff grunt, Carlos heads for the exit with his backpack wrapped over one shoulder. I'm going to the vigil. You're not gonna wait for us? I would rather go on my own. But wouldn't it be fun to go as a group? Huh. The tiger lets out a long sigh. I'll wait outside then. Please hurry and pack your things. Yay, we got Carlos to join us. Let's get going, everyone! Carlos frowns at us, clearly not appreciating being treated like a trophy in this instance. Looks like Ben and I already packed. Yeah, what's your excuse, Nate? I wink at the fox. I was just... And what about you, Chris? You're the leader here. You should have set a better example. Sorry, I'll do better next time. Karina and I laugh as the other two scramble to pack their bags while we head out the door to wait for Carlos. Wait, with Carlos. Everyone regroups outside in the front of the psychology building. So, which way does our leader suggest we take to get there? While Chris ponders an answer, the group of us make our way down the path. We can probably take the road that goes behind the chapel. Is it not quicker to go the other way behind the marketplace? Not in my experience. Less people take the road behind the chapel, so there's no need to navigate around other students most of the time. I see. Actually, a bright idea comes to my mind. Wasn't there a shortcut Russell showed me that cuts between the biology building and the theater? Everyone, follow me! Guess I didn't speak up loud enough. The Aussie skips ahead of us and waves for us to follow. No time to waste. The vigil should be starting any minute now. We wasted too much time packing our bags. I'm sure they'll wait a moment for stragglers like us to show up. Let us hope so. I don't make a fuss about it. I trail behind the rest of the group while glancing towards the shortcut. Huh? It's not what I expected to see, but there's a familiar red-headed figure standing with his back against the wall of the theater in the alley. Oh, shit. Thank you, Neil. He lets out a puff of smoke from his mouth. He seems to be aware of us as we're walking by, though, since he's deliberately trying to avoid making eye contact with me. I decide to be the bigger person. I put on the kind of smile I can give and give the lion away from over there. I feel my stomach turn as he steps off from the wall and quickly makes his way towards the marketplace, completely ignoring me in the process. I can't help but feel disappointed. Is everything alright, Ben? Yeah, I'm fine. That was Russell you were waving to, wasn't it? You saw that? I have the eyes of a fox, darling. Isn't the saying eyes of a hawk, though? Is it? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? It's eyes of a hawk, ears of a fox. What? I burst into laughter at Nate's expense. Don't worry, darling. I'm sure everybody noticed but was too nice to correct you on it. I wink at him to make sure he knows I'm teasing. You're so mean. He nudges my shoulder and sticks out his tongue. In his own way, he managed to change what would have otherwise put me in a bad mood into a positive moment between us. Come on, we're falling behind. Right. As you round the corner from behind the chapel, I'm able to see a growing crowd of people near the center of the Arcadia field. We waste no time and make a beeline for the seats in the back row. Nate and I take the corner seats just in time for someone at the podium to begin a speech. The professor gave a teary, heartfelt send-off to her boss. If I'm being honest, though, I kind of spaced out halfway. She went into a lot of details that simply weren't relevant to me. I'm only here because I wanted to keep spending time with Nate. right? Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. There's no ulterior motive here.
That was beautiful, don't you think?
What? I've snapped out of my mini-trance.
The professor's speech, silly.
Oh, yeah, totally was. I scratched my cheek while looking the other way.
You weren't paying attention, were you?
Nate's tone is mockingly playful. Not really, no. He wags a finger in front of his face.
That's really rude of you, Ben. She really poured her heart and soul out to us, and you don't even give her the time of day.
Ha! I'm not a bad person, I swear. I'm just bored. At this point, my tail is flicking side to side behind me.
It is kind of boring, isn't it?
Shh! Don't let Carlos hear you say that.
Oh, right.
The two of us lean forward in our seats and look across the row. Carlos, Karina, and Chris sat at the opposite end while we took this side together. It looks like Carlos is having enough issues dealing with Chris and Karina's conversation to give a care about what we're doing over here.
Poor Carlos. He wanted to sit by himself, but Chris insisted.
Nate shrugs his shoulders and shakes his head. If it means I don't have to deal with his judgy attitude, then I'm all for it.
He doesn't do it on purpose, Ben.
So, I know. He could try to take things a little less seriously, though.
Well, we're attending a vigil for the late Dr. Hernandez. All things considered, I think I can understand where he's coming from.
Ah, quit being so reasonable. It's giving me a headache.
Why don't we go over there?
I look in the direction Nate is pointing. Are those balloons?
They are. I think they're handing them out so we can all let them go at the same time.
I guess I don't go to these things often. What's that supposed to represent?
And probably a campus culture thing.
Nate shrugs his shoulders again.
Though, if I'm being honest,
he leans in close to me and speaks in a lower tone.
I think they just do it for the spectacle.
Sounds like your sort of thing. He bounces out of his seat with pizzazz.
Absolutely! Let's get in line, darling.
Okay, sure. Man, his energy is so infectious sometimes. When we reach the front of the line, I realize how imposing Y-shaped Hall looks as it looms over us. Nate steps forward and receives a balloon from the person manning the station. As for me, I can't help but be distracted by the building. And how much it creeps me out. I crank my head to the side when I notice something funny. There's a figure watching us from one of the windows on the upper floors. I don't think students are allowed up here. Hell, I don't think professors are allowed up there either. Squinting my eyes, I'm able to make out some details. They kind of look like... Oh, shh. I shake my head. Just like that, the figure is gone.
Ben?
Yeah?
I got you a balloon, too.
He hands me the spare with a smile.
Oh, thanks.
I follow him as we join the group that's getting ready to release them as a collective. A weird tingle runs down my spine. I'm pretty sure it's just another one of my hallucinations. There's no way.
That was a beautiful little ceremony, don't you think?
Oh, it absolutely was! After the vigil, we all decided to head to the UC together to regroup. She was a wonderful person. Really wish you guys had the chance to meet her. I slightly shrug my shoulders and take a bite out of my slice of pie. Carlos sits beside me, thumbing through his phone. I don't know why you decided to join us here if you're not going to participate in the conversation, dude. How about you, Ben? What did you think of the vigil? Nate rests his cheek against his fist after he places his elbow on the table. Oh, it was alright, I guess. I look over at Karina, who nods at me. I don't have much experience with these things. Say for one. Oh, really? I quickly interject before he can press the topic further. For what it's worth, I thought it was well handled. But, you know. I agree. We had a well-liked professor pass away last year, too. The vigil for him was similar, but I think more people showed up to this one for Dr. Hernandez. She was kind of important, you know. I think back to the service we held for my sister. I don't remember much of it at all, to be honest. I was in so much shock, nothing really registered. It's all such a blur in my memory. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm glad it turned out well.
I'm sure she will be remembered, Chris.
I hope so.
Yeah. Howdy, everyone! Fancy running into y'all this time? God, she's so incredibly southern, I love it. Oh, hey, Shay. Karina's roommate swoops in from seemingly out of nowhere. I thought I saw you at the vigil, Karina. Yep, we were all there. She clearly doesn't want to be dealing with Shay right now. It's great to see everyone coming together after such a tragedy. I agree. Chris finally chimes in, the moment we've all been waiting for. I think Dr. Hernandez would have appreciated the outpouring of love we showed him the past couple days. I wish I could have met her. I'd love to tell you all about her. All you have to do is ask. I'll be sure to do that sometime. It was good seeing y'all. She waves to us before stepping away. I'm on my way to the library. Gotta study for an upcoming chemistry exam. I narrow my eyes at her as she leaves. I have a feeling she's gonna... Yep, there it is. She just winked at Chris. Well, I think it's about time I head out as well. He hastily gathers his things and flops his backpack over his shoulder. I've got a lot of things to plan for next lab session. See you later, darling. Nate fans his fingers at our mentor. Bye, Chris. Man, they don't suspect a thing, huh? I guess it's different for me since I knew what to look out for. Have fun, man. I give him a thumbs up. It's not really my place to judge. If he thinks it's worth the risk, then more power to him. Goodbye. Off to go bang a student. Yeah, boy. I'm not going to be the one to blow his big secret. I'm not that big of a shithead. I think it's time for me to go too, my lovelies. My ears perk up. The drama class is having a meeting in half an hour and I don't want to be late. Is this for the thing you were talking about at lunch? He clasps his hand together and smiles. It is. I don't know if I told you, Karina, but we're going to be putting on a play in mid-October. Oh, how exciting. Which play is it going to be? It's a secret. I look over at Karina and give her a deadpan response. Don't bother. I couldn't get him to tell me either. I can't wait to see it, Nate. I'm so happy for you. Second, y'all. Water time. It's going to be fabulous. I just know it. He gets up from his seat with a dramatic flourish. Do you think I'm leading man material? Totally. You strike me as more of a background character type. I give Nate the biggest facetious grin I can muster. You're so mean, Ben. I take it back. Huh? Maybe you're more stagehand material. I won't settle for anything less than leading role. I get up from my seat and pump my fist. That's what I want to hear. Booyah! Booyah! Karina mimics my gesture. I know you can do it, Nate. Yeah, same here. Aww. He seems genuinely touched by her faith in him. In fact, if you don't mind, I'd like to join you so I can cheer you on. Are you sure? It might be a little boring for you. I always wanted to see what it's like behind the scenes. Well, in that case... At this point, I've already got my backpack over my shoulder. Let's get going. We wouldn't want you to be late. Right. See you later, guys. And Nate? Yeah? Yeah? Break a leg. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate the support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. And thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits and get access to our not safe for work content as little as $5. Alrighty? I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!